Hey guys, John at SurfFX, and this is the brand new Sunova foil board for dinging, wing foiling, whatever you want to call it. Let's just call it wing dinging because it's just nicer. So they've changed it quite a bit. They've really kind of just mellowed it out, and they really changed the size range. So you got some sizes that are just fantastic for beginner intermediates. They're, you can see here, this is a nice squared off, chunky board. And we'll go into the little more finer details that make it such a nice board. You know, these guys were some of the first guys to do a wing board, so this is kind of their, generation 2, and there's some nice changes that they've done along the way. First up, we can see the deck. You have a little bit more volume in the nose, and it drops into a little bit of a sunken deck here. So you got a little bit more of that kind of skateboard deck feel, a bit easy to center yourself. The ridge, they got an arch ridge through the middle, but it only comes about halfway, so it's easy to center the back foot. Something these guys do well is a whole bunch of foot strap inserts. So you have huge variety of stances if you want running foot straps. You got crazy options there, front and back, diagonal, down the middle, forward, back. Lots of options there for your foil with your foot strap set options on these. Going to the back, you got a regular kick pad as they do on the surfboards, nice and easy. The construction of this is the same as their subs with the TR3, so you got a polonium laminated board. So it is super, super tough, and you're gonna be falling on this, especially if you're learning and you just want to have a nice rigid board that's not gonna punch a hole in it too easy. Going through the bottom, this is where they made a few improvements for sure. So they have still, to keep their box very flat and level with the rocker line, there is still a little bit of a ridge there, just to add a little bit of depth so the foil stays nice and level with the deck. But they got rid of a lot of extra concaves and things. Your release off the back is a crisper release off the little bit of the roll here, and then you've got a sharper release off that edge there. Sharper release all along here. It doesn't even start to feather out at all until you get to up here. So that's a fairly decent release. Again, that's your touching down. You want it to touch down, shed water, and take off again. You don't want it to sit on the water's edge. So having a little bit crisper rail helps it release. Bottom contour wise through the nose, they've got a really big it's a double concave, but it's almost so much double concave that it makes it into a V, like a bit of a bow. Again, you want it to touch down, punch through the water, and then lift off without sticking too much. So that's exactly what they've done there, having a nose like that where you're going to be making the contact. Again, they've been able to learn a lot for the first board they've done, always, making protos and testing. These generation 2 kind of boards that they're coming through, you really see the gains and stuff that they learned coming through on their whole range of new wing foil boards. So size wise, look, they do right up to some bigger stuff, perfect for beginners, and then even the intermediate stuff. Like this is the 5-footer. It's a 5x27 90 liter board, so that's pretty much your go-to board for any intermediate guy around that 90 kilogram mark, or even down to 80 kilogram and get a little bit more positive buoyancy. But being that it's kind of square and stocky, they're quite stable to get up and get me started. Really happy to see some good changes from these guys, and Sunova, as always, we're some of the first guys to get this. Thanks to Sunova for helping us out getting our shipment ready and underway. It's really hard to get anything at the moment, and we managed to get a container out of there, so awesome.